Abaga.
Sir, present.
Present. Naglubat. Naglubat.
Hello, Abdullah here.
Present. Carino.
Present, sir.
Hello.
Fernandez. Fernandez. Absent. Flores.
Present, sir.
Galvez Adrian.
Present, sir.
Jalen Galvez. Jalen. Go. Christian.
Sir, present.
Habon.
Present, sir.
Hidalgo. Hidalgo. Italia. Italia. Ang dami yun ng absent ko. Hupana. Hupana. Limpayos.
Present, sir. Present.
Livara. Livara. Maravilla.
Present, sir.
Nares.
Sir, present.
Noveloso. Pahat. Noveloso. Nonesa. Nonesa. Pahate. Paraguas. Surat. Surat. Bilorio. Bilorio. Flores.
Present, sir.
Daming absent. Okay, so anyway, let's go now to our Google Classroom. Okay, so last week our topic, even this week, will be the PHP session login module. So I posted our references and then the activity manual, and then this week I posted the source codes example. So what is PHP session? So let's take a look at our references, w3schools.com. Okay, so session is a way to store information in variables to be used across the multiple pages. So unlike the cookies, the information is not stored onto the computer, but rather it is stored in our browser. So we'll be using session for the security of our system. So gagamitin natin siya para sa security ng system natin. Okay. Like for example, before we go through our topic today, so let's run my example. So this is the example session. So for example, again, I'll be changing login to, no, okay na yun, login, sige, login. So we have here, welcome, reset password, register, logout, and then we have the config. Now, if we try to bypass. So let's remove login.php and then let's go to welcome.php. So it will redirect to our login kasi we are we didn't yet log in our account. Another example, that is one of the advantage of using the session. In our previous project, we have this student information. Localhost student information. Okay. So we have here, we don't have the login module yet. So we have the create, read, update, and then we have the delete. So if you notice, if we redirect or bypass, so let's say create form, so we can go direct to our web page by using the address ito. So pwede tayong mag-hack. So read form, so using the address. Now by using the login module, I mean the PHP session, for example localhost session. So like I said, if you want to bypass, and then let's try to go to the welcome.php, it will redirect to our login because we didn't yet log in our account. So let's try. Username admin, password admin, confirm password admin, submit. User already exists, must be 6 characters. So log in here, admin. Okay. It is our database session. Config demo. So our database name is demo, and then we have the users. This is MD5, I think. Register.php. Sign up, register.php. Register.php. Select ID from, insert into user, username and password. The password is encrypted. Because of this one hash. Okay, so anyway, so let's try to create another admin 12345 admin. Okay, admin 12345 admin 12345, submit. Okay, so admin 12345 admin 12345. Okay, good. So this is our welcome PHP. So if you notice, if we go to our login.php, it will redirect to our welcome page. So this is our welcome page. So that is one of the advantage of using the session. So let's try it again. Localhost session, login. So it redirect to our welcome page because we have already signed up or logged in our account. Now let's try this one so that you will understand what is session, PHP session. So let's create another folder. So the name is session experiment. Okay. Then let's try this one, the session, and then let's create a new file. So PHP session, and then we have the session method code command, and then let's try to put that in our session experiment. Okay, so let's say index.php. Then let's try localhost session. So session available are set. Okay, good. So meaning we have already value for the fave color and fave animal. Let's try another one. So this one is how will you tell that you have already a value for our sessions. So let's create another file. So this one is displaying the content or the value of our session, fave color and fave animal. Save. So for example, session display .php. Okay, so let's go to our session experiment. Then let's try to open .php. So now we have here the color green and the cut, because that is already in our session. We declared that a while ago. Okay, so let me close these things. Okay, so this is our session. Based from our session, we put a value green and cut, green for the fave color and cut for the fave animal. So let's try to change this one to blue, and then fave animal will be dog. Save, Control S, and then let's try to run session experiment. So session variable are set, and if you want to see the content of our variables, so this is the code. This is our file session display.php. So localhost session experiment session display. So now the value is dog, the fave color is blue and fave animal is dog. That is the use of the session. Okay, so another way of session variable values for a user session is to run the following code. This is another example of displaying the value. Kasi this is individually displaying the value of every variable, for example, the fave color and fave animal. But if you want to show all the value of our variables, you can use this one, print session. So you can experiment on that. And then next is session variables. Yeah, so you are putting a value, for example yellow, to the fave color and then display. Destroy, how you will erase, how will you delete the value of our variables using session. So this is the command. We have this session unset and session destroy. So let's try. paste. So for example, this one is session destroy that php. So let's try to run. Take note, if you refresh, still the fave color is blue and fave animal is dog. But if you run this one, localhost session experiment and session destroy that php. Okay. So once we reset or refresh this page, we don't have any value for the fave color and fave animal. Mostly for the destroy. Okay, so for the destroy, this is used for logout. Okay, this one session start will be retrieving, so it will check if there's any value in our variables, and then if we have a variable on that, then it will display. Okay. This is usually used for the login as well. Okay, so take note of this session. How will you put variable or value in our variables? We have the $_session, and then we have also to destroy logout, we have the session unset and then session destroy. Okay, so that is for the session. Now let's try okay, so let me discuss first this one. Okay, login. Let me open session. Let me close. Okay, so first is we have the login. So this is our login form. So this is our login form. This is our form there. So we have login. By the way, we are using the Bootstrap for the design. And then we have the login. Then please fill out your credentials to log in. And then we have the username, and then we have the text box. The name is what? The name, but we don't have any yet value for the user name. The name is username, and then we have also the password. The name is password. Okay. So label username, text username class, then the value is empty because we didn't yet put any value on the a value for the username, so it is blank. Okay, blank. And then we have the correspond help block php echo username error. So when we click, okay, so let me refresh. Login. So when we click the login, there's an error. Please enter username. Please enter your password, because here we have the variable username error or ERR. So we have here okay, username, password, empty, this one. So if we use the method empty and then trim, then post username, so when we click the login, so it will display this one, username ERR, please enter username. So we have here, please enter username. Okay, else, okay, then next, if our password is empty, if our password is empty, then it will display, please enter your password. Okay, next, so if in case that we have a username and password that is not empty, and then we click login, no account found with the username. So if it is not empty, our username and password are not empty, Oh, by the way, if in case that these are not empty, then it will get the value of our username and then put that in our variable username. And then for the password, then if in case that your password is not empty, then it will get the value of our password, then put that in our variable password. And so nilalagay lang niya dito. So if in case na hindi siya empty, ilalagay lang niya dun sa variable. Pag hindi empty yung password, then ilalagay niya dun sa variable password. Now, validation. To validate your credentials, you will be using the conditional statement. Now, for the conditional statement, so if in case that your username ERR hindi siya empty and your password is also not empty, okay, this one, kasi meron siyang else. Now, it will check to your database. So we have here the SQL command, select ID, username, password from the user where user is question mark. So meaning it will check your to your database, and then it will retrieve line by line in your record. Okay, so this is define variable to prepare this statement as the parameters. This is just only a parameter. Okay, so we have the SQL, and then we have the link. Where's the link? Where's the link? Because here we require the config. So let's take a look at the config. So in our config, we have the database, localhost, root, username, password, and then we have the database. And then the name of our connection, SQLi connect, is link. So here, saan na yung link? Yan, link. So MySQL, I prepare your link, this one, the database connection plus your query. So this is your query. Then bind the variable to prepare the statement as the parameters. So you will be using the MySQLi stmt bind parameter there. Then next is so we have the parameter username for the username. So whatever the value that you put in here, it will be the value of our parameter param username. Then next, attempt to execute the prepared statement. So first, this one is for the prepare the select statement for the MySQLi prepare stmt, and then we have also this one. And then if the MySQLi stmt number of rows, so it will check, so it will count the number of rows from your database here. Ito yung database natin. So we have only two records, the admin and admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if in case that our program found one record, kahit one, isa lang siya, okay, then it will bind the result variable. So we have the MySQL stmt bind result. It will bind the stmt, the ID, username, and the hash password. What is hash password? So this is hash password, meaning it is encrypted. Na-encrypt na siya. Diba our password for the admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the same, admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have also some sites. Hashed. there are some sites where you can convert the hash password to the real password. Convert, converter. Nope. Online generate. Converter. Unknown, not recognized. Decrypt. Decoder. Paste decode. Decrypt. Wala, ayaw. There are some sites where you can convert the hash characters to the real characters. I forgot the website. Decode, convert. No, that's not it. Hash. No. Plain text. Invalid length. There are some websites. Okay, so let's try that one. Admin 12345. So it's the same. Anyway, this one by crypt, decrypt. Nope. 2 3 4 5. Okay, so anyway, that is the password hash. So it will add some security in your database. Kasi for example here, the real password is admin12345, then it goes through our password hash, so that's why it encrypted the original characters to this one. Okay, so next, fetch, meaning MySQL STMT fetch, meaning it will get any data from our database, then put that in our system. Then password verify, password and hash password. Then password is correct, so start a new session. So if in case that our password is correct and even our username, then it will start our session. Next is store the data in a session variable. So like I said, this one, so log in true, then it will get the ID. So the ID is 2, and it will get the session username admin12345. Then header, it will redirect if in case na your password and username is correct, then it will redirect to welcome.php. So else, if in case your password is not correct, then it will display the password you entered was not valid. And then there's an error message if the username doesn't exist. So no account found that the username that with that username. So let's try. So we have admin12345, then password. So the password you entered was not valid. Okay. Then if something went wrong, please try again. So if in case that you are not connected to your database, then this will be shown in your web page. And then this is our database. So if you want to close your database, then it is more likely to be secured. I meaning the link, this one, binding. So if you want to close your bind, then you will be using this one, and this one is the database connection. If you want to close your database connection, okay, sino yun? Whiteboard, brainstorm, sketch idea. Okay, so anyway, yan. And then log out, we have the session destroy. So if you want to log out, so log in. So this is our database. I mean our web welcome page, home page. So hi admin12345, welcome to our website or to our site. So we have here the sign out. So this is the logout. Let's go now to our welcome.php. Okay, so we have here, so welcome, we have two buttons. We have the logout, sign out of your account. Oh, by the way, this hi php echo html special character session username. So username, and then welcome to our site. So this one. Next is we have the reset password. If you want to reset your password, and then we have the logout for session destroy. So we have logout. So once you click the sign out, then there will be no value for our session. Wala na siyang value or variable. I mean, yeah, value or data. Kasi na-destroy na siya. So log out. So like I said, when you click the button log out, sign out of your account, then it will go and open the logout.php. So this is our logout.php. So session destroy. First, session start. To initialize the session, unset all the session variables. You can use this one. Session is equal to array, and then destroy the session, then redirect to our login.php. Okay, there. Log out, session start. Yep. Okay, so another, let's try it again. Okay, so we have the configuration. This is our database connection link. We have the login. Okay. Session start. Wait, config. Then session. So if our username and password is correct, then redirect to welcome. Okay, so let's try to create another file, another PHP. So So let's try to save. So for example, this is our second page, that page. Then here, echo. Uh, this is my second page. Okay, so let's try to open that localhost, then session experiment. No, session pala, sorry. Session, then second page. So this is my second page. But once we put the session start, okay, save, then let's try. Wait. Session start will be initializing the session, and then we can saan na yun? Wala. Dapat wait lang. Login. Okay, so in our login, let's try to look if we have a value for our username and password. Try natin kung mayroong laman ang username and password natin. Because based from here, this one, so we have the login ID and the ID. Natin echo. Save. Let's try localhost session, second page. Okay, so we don't have yet the variable for the login ID and username. So let's try to login admin 1 2 3 4 5 admin 1 2 3 4 5 again, and then refresh. So now here what I did is I want to see if there is an a value for the login ID and username. So we have here the login ID, log ID 1, ID 2, okay, and then we have the username admin 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and next. So once we sign out, then it will destroy our session. So we don't have any value for the login ID and username. So based from our code, so if our this one, okay, so is it if our login ID and session is equal to true, then it will redirect to our welcome.php. Good. Mhm. Okay, good. Then log out, destroy, register. Okay, so for the register, we require the config or the database connection. So this is our database connection, and then we have username is equal to password is equal to confirm password is equal to empty. So defining the variable and initialize with empty value. And then username error, password error, confirm password error is empty also. Then next is we require the post. So once we click, okay, so once we click this one, so form action method post. So once you click the submit button, register, sign up. So this is ours, so submit, and we have the reset. Yan. So once we click the submit button, then it will execute this code, this one, and then it will check if your username is empty. Else if it is not empty, then it will get the data from our database, then retrieve. Yeah, tama. And then we execute the insert. Yan. So validate the password, validate confirm password if they are the same. Then if they are the same, then it will insert that in our database. Yeah, same lang. Good. So that is for the register. Now for the reset. So once we click the reset button, reset, type, I mean, yeah, for the reset, just clear, just clear. I-clear lang niya. Okay? Reset. Next, for the reset password, let's try to log in 1 2 3 4 5. Reset password. So if you want to change your password, then you can use the reset password, this one. And then it will be using update to update your password. Okay, that's it. There are a lot of references for this one. For the PHP session, we have also other references. Here, so we have, and so how to create PHP session. Here, next, what is PHP session, then create access. Parang pareho lang. Okay, and then for the sample codes, PHP session sample codes or login. This is another example for that. We have the login session, but it's not connected to our database yet, but you can experiment on that. Then how about this one? MySQL. Yeah, this is another example. We have also some demonstration, video demonstration in our YouTube. Um, PHP, MySQL session. So for example, this one. So this is another example. The link, YouTube. This is another example. It's already 1 o'clock. Post. Okay, so for your activity assignment, create a login module for your project. Including delete module, etc. Continuation of your activity, part 6. So, continuation of your activity in part 6. Create a login module of your project, then take a video demonstration showing that your program is working. Date until next week session. Okay, so do you have any question, class?